Let's talk now about the trial of Daniel Penny. He is the former Marine who is back in a New York City courtroom today. He's accused of using a deadly chokehold on a homeless man on a subway train. At issue, though, is did he intend to kill Jordan Neely, or was he simply trying to restrain him? Penny's defense resting its case Friday without Penny ever taking the stand. So let's bring in News Nation's Rich McHugh, who is live for us there in New York City. So, Rich, what happened in court today?
Hi, Nichole. So today was basically we're gearing up for the end of this trial. It was mostly about deliberations. Daniel Penny entered court just before 10 o'clock in the morning, was in there for several hours, and it was basically both sides, the prosecution and the defense, posturing and arguing before the judge what essentially gets included in the instructions to the jury. Penny's attorneys tried to get the case dismissed. The judge overruled that, and they were trying to argue very specific points about the case, but it basically wrapped up and is gearing up for next week, what will be closing arguments, Nichole.
So, Rich, you have been following this case from the beginning. Kind of bring us up to speed on where the case stands at this point.
Sure thing. So last Friday, the defense rested, and the biggest headline here was that Daniel Penny decided, and his attorneys decided, not to put him on the stand in his own defense. They addressed that question outside of court. Take a look.
This jury has heard from Mr. Penny, right? They heard from him before he had an opportunity to have an attorney. They heard him in the minutes and hours after this incident. Again, we were just talking about the primary source material, right? He told them what happened. He said all the same things, really, in essence, right? Some all the same things that the credible eyewitnesses testified. Jordan Neely was terrifying. He believed, like so many of the eyewitnesses, that he was going to make good on one witness talked about he had a satanic conviction behind the words he was saying, or is it very real? Thought somebody was going to get hurt, thought somebody was going to get killed, and he acted. So, I don't know how much more the jury needs to hear in that regard.
Now, some of the highlights that, for this case so far and what the jury has heard, that interrogation video, which Penny in the police precinct, he said he was unaware that Neely had died. He reiterated that he was not trying to kill him. We also heard from eyewitnesses on police body cam footage describing Neely and Penny's actions in the moment. But the prosecution and defense focused on the chokehold and the chokehold video. The key point of the whole case is the medical examiner saying that the reason for Neely's death is the chokehold. Defense expert said no, that it was a combo of 4 factors of restraint and struggle, sickle cell anemia and sickle cell crisis, which a genetic condition which he has, K2, a synthetic drug, and schizophrenia. So that's where the case stands, Nichole. It's back. It's recessed for today. Back in Monday morning, closing arguments, and then it will be handed over to the jury. And where it goes, anybody knows.
Yeah, we will see what happens. All right, Rich McHugh live for us there in New York. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.